Good morning, class. Let us pray first. In the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. So let's check the attendance, class. Are all present? It's nice to know that you are all present, class. So how's your day, class? That's good to know. So let's have a short review on our past lesson. Who would like to tell us about our last topic? Yes, Jerome. Exactly, dodgeball. So who would like to tell us about some of the equipments used in dodgeball? Yes, Jonah? Very good, Jonah.
Okay, class, before we proceed, I have here an activity called the jumbled letters. We have two instructions. One, you have to rearrange the jumbled letters to unlock the words or phrases that is aligned to our lesson for today. Second, you have to on your mic to be recognized and say, "Sir, ma'am, may I be recognized?" Is that clear? Okay. On my whistle, you may start rearranging the words or phrases that is presented on the screen. Okay, Gerald, you are highly recognized. What is your answer? Yes, team sports. The jumbled letter is team sports. Now, Gerald, I want you to give at least two examples of team sports. Very good, Gerald. Basketball and volleyball are good examples of team sports. Now, let's proceed to our next slide. Yes, Floney, you are highly recognized. What is your answer? Wonderful, Floney. You're correct. Goalkeeper. Goalkeeper is the jumbled letter presented. Now, let's proceed to next slide. Yes, Reynald. That's too fast. Very good, Reynald. Handball. Handball is a, yes, team sports. And an example of team sports. Now let's proceed to next slide. Anyone, class, to guess the next slide? Yes, Vanessa, you are highly recognized. Open your mic and tell your answer. Great job, Vanessa. The jumbled letter is rules and regulation. Now, I have a question for you, Vanessa. Does volleyball and basketball that is being exampled earlier have rules and regulations? Yes, basketball and volleyball have rules and regulation. Now for the last slide, jumbled letters. Okay, Charmy, any guess for the last slide? That's right, Charmy. Facilities and equipment. Now, I have question again for you, Charmy. Does volleyball and basketball have equipments and facilities? Of course, Charmy. Basketball and volleyball has facilities and equipments. Now, based on the activity that you have done earlier, what do you think is our lesson for today? Any guess? Uh-huh. Anyone? Yes. Yes. Is that FJ? Yes, FJ. Please open your mic. Yes, FJ. It's a team sports. Now, what specific team sports? Meron kanina yon sa jumbled letters. Correct, FJ. The handball. And handball is a team sports. Now, we're going to talk on our lesson for today, the equipments and facilities, rules and regulation, and the historical background of the handball.
Our topic for today is all about handball. If you hear the word handball, what comes first into your mind? Yes, Blessing, what is your idea? Very good, Blessing. So, handball is a fast-paced team game that was first played in Scandinavia and Germany at the end of 19th century. So, bago pa man magtapos yung 19th century, ay nilalaro ng mga Scandinavian at German yung handball. For the European origin, can you read, Mona? Very good, Mona. So, the modern game of handball was first played towards the end of 19th century in Scandinavia and Germany. So, gaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, kung nakinig kayo, na bago pa man magtapos yung 19th century, ay nilalaro ng mga Scandinavian at German yung modern game of handball. Field handball was first recognized at the turn of the century. And G. Wallström, so let's take note the G. Wallström, that he introduced the sports of handball sa Sweden noong 1910. So for the Olympic history, who wants to read? Yes, Flonnie. Nice reading, Flonnie. So after 1936, field handball was no longer played at that games, except as a demonstration sports in 1952 in Helsinki. So, indoor handball was presented for the first time at the 1972 Olympic Games, Munich. So, Yugoslavia was victorious and won the first gold medal after the competition between men's team. So, sino nga ba yung first gold medalist na to? Sino? Yes, Ronald. Very good, Ronald. Si Yugoslavia. The game handball was first played towards the end of 19th century. So class, what do you think is the reason why after 1936 field handball was no longer played at that game? Anyone in this class? Yes, Sarah. Nice idea, Sarah. So the reason why after 1936 field handball was no longer played at that game because in 1952 field handball was demonstration sport. And what? To introduce the current version of indoor handball. So pinapakilala nila yung panibagong version ng handball. Ito yung indoor handball. So it also supervised field handball was introduced into the Olympic game in 1972. So, dito naman, dati kasi, ang field handball lang yung meron sa handball. Ngayon, meron ng indoor handball. At saka yung field handball ay inintroduce nila sa may Olympic game. So, did you understand, class? Very good. So, before we proceed to the next, I have an additional info about the handball. So, in 1936, it is also debuted at the Olympic game in Berlin. So, for the simplicity, the term handball, also known as Olympic handball, it will be used for the game with 7 players on the court for each team. So, bawat team ay meron silang 7 players. So, sino-sino nga ba itong mga to? Yung isa doon ay yung goalkeeper. Yung 6 doon ay yung outfield players. Next, in 1946, International Handball Federation was established. So, bakit nga ba nila ito in-establish? Anyone in this class? Yes, Jerome. Very good, Jerome. So, bakit nga ba? So, the International Handball Federation was established to what? modernizing the game to be played on the official court. So, lahat naman ng mga sports natin, mga sports ay nalalaro dun sa official court. Just like the volleyball, yung mga sikat na nilalaro natin. Volleyball, basketball, yung mga ganon. So, before we proceed to the rules and regulation, let's have the trivia time class. Did you know that 167 countries are playing handball around the world? With 11 million teams and 11 million players, so handball is now dominating the world of handball. At hindi na nakapagtataka na isang araw ay magiging sikat ito sa ating bansa. So let's proceed to the rules and regulation of handball. So the first one is, a match consists of 2 periods of 30 minutes each. So, ano nga ba yung match na sinasabi dito? Ito yung bawat laro. So, ano nga ba yung yung periods na to? Ito yung parang sa basketball. Pero sa basketball, ang tawag doon ay quarter. So, in every periods, consists of 30 minutes each. So, sa bawat laro nito or bawat match ay merong 1 hour. Depende na lamang kung gaano katagal yung time break nila. So next, each team consists of 7 players, a goalkeeper, and 6 outfield players. So gaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, yung Olympic game in Berlin. So dito naman, in every team, it consists of 7 players, a goalkeeper, and 6 outfield players. So who wants to continue to read? Yes, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. Can you try to explain what is your understanding about you've read? Very good, Glenn. So, outfield player can touch the ball with any part of their body that is above the knee. So, lahat ng parte ng katawan mo ay pwedeng mong gamitin or pwedeng matouch ng bola except dun sa may phalanges of the feet, metatarsal, tarsal, soleus, ano pa ba? Calcaneus, yung mga tibia, fibula, yun yung mga hindi pwedeng gamitin natin, di ba? For the handball. Next, once a player receive possession, they can pass, hold possession, or shoot. So, kapag na-receive ng players or yung outfield players ay dapat nilang may pasa ng mabilisan. Pwede naman nilang i-hold ito, pero dapat in 3 seconds, dapat na ipasa na nila ito. O kaya bago nila ipasa to, they make 1, 2, 3 step before they pass. Then, pwede din naman i-dribble to. Then, ipass mo sa katim mo. So next, if a player hold possession, they can dribbles or take 3 steps for up to the 3 seconds without dribbling. So gaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina. Ganun na din yun. Next, will you read, Shama, the next bullet and try to elaborate? Excellent, Shama. So, only the goalkeeper is allowed to come into the contact with the floor of the goal area. Tama nga naman. So, yung mga goalkeeper lang yung pwedeng umapak doon. Yung mga outfield players, doon lang sila sa may outfield area. Hindi pwede doon sa may goal area. Kasi kapag naapakan nila doon, ay matatawagan sila ng foul. Next, Jerome, kindly read the second one. Bravo! So, goalkeeper are allowed out of the goal area but must not retain possession if they are outside the goal area. So, yung mga goalkeeper, pwede silang lumabas sa goal area pero dapat may pasa na muna nila yung bola bago sila lumabas. Kasi kapag hindi nila naipasa, ay matatawagan din sila ng foul. So, let's proceed to the equipments of handball. So, before of that, do you have any idea about those equipment? Can you give me some? Yes, Marjorie. So, in that equipment, what do you think is the use of that? Yes. Fabulous, Marjo. So, who has another idea? Yes, Jassy. Awesome. So, what is the purpose of that equipment in playing handball? What is the purpose? Yes. Good idea. So, class, here are the list of equipments and facilities and handball. So, first one is the ankle support. So, when you hear the word ankle support, what ideas comes to your mind? Yes, Lonnie. Very good. So, in handball, the most common injury to get is sprain or a twisted ankle. So, this sport involves a lot of moving, twisting, and turning. So, ankle are left as a very vulnerable spot. So, tama nga naman. Karamihan sa mga outfield sports ay vulnerable sila sa mga ganitong injury. So, kailangan nila ng ankle support for the sprain, twisted ankle, ganun. To get what? To support that common injury. So, yung mga outfield sports kasi, di natin maiwasan na masasaktan, may madadapa, mafo-fall, di ba? Kaya kailangan ng magdobli ingat. Next. So, Christina, what do you think is the use of ankle support in playing handball? Very good, Christina. So, as we all know that ankle support is wrapped around the ankle while playing in order to prevent. So, to prevent or decrease the seriousness of ankle injuries. So, next, arm sleeve. So, when you hear the word arm sleeve, what do you think is the purpose or use of that equipment to handball? Yes, Marjorie. Fabulous. So, arm sleeve are tight, thin sleeve that are worn around the arm. They are mainly used to protect against floor burn and cuts that would be obtained from falling and sliding on the floor. They are not necessary but provide protection. So, dito naman, ginagamit ito for protection of the sunburn. So, hindi lamang yung mga tricycle driver, mga delivery driver, o kahit anumang driver na yan, ay gumagamit ng arm sleeve. Pati na rin yung mga outfield players, most especially sa handball players. So, hindi natin maiiwasan na mafo-fall tayo or ma-slide sa floor kasi vulnerable yung mga players for the injuries. Tama ba? Tama. So, next, equipment, ball bags. So, can you please read FJ and try to elaborate or explain? Very good, FJ. That was amazing. Ball bags are used only in practice for the most part and are made to make it easy to carry a large amount of ball. While only one ball is used in a game, it is very common for teams to go through their practice using many different balls for drills and workout. So, lahat ng mga may ball na gamit sa may sports, for example, the baseball, softball, volleyball, basketball, ay gumagamit sila ng ball bags for para minsanang bit-bit na lamang yung mga bola. So, bakit nga ba ang dami nilang dalang bola? To case of emergency. For example, nasira yung isang bola or na-flat yung bola or kulang sa may timbang or sa ounce or sa bigat, ay pwede nila itong palitan dahil meron silang reserbang bola. So, ginagamit nila yung ball for the drills and workout. Next, goalkeeper pants. Players will wear short pants playing for the most part. Goalkeeper wear long pants. So, bakit nga ba magkaiba yung outfield players and goalkeeper? What is the reason why? Yes, Lito. Very good, Lito. So, the reason why goalkeeper and outfield players are different uniform because to recognize which is who will be the goalkeeper and the outfield players. So, just like the volleyball, 'di ba, ang naibang uniform doon ay yung libero to recognize who will be the libero, who will be the captain. So sa may captain naman kasi in every captain ball may underscore, 'di ba? Tama? Tama. So dito naman sa may handball, yung goalkeeper ay naka long pants at naka long sleeve. Tama. So next, goal. So class, who can give any idea about the goals? Yes, Majo. Nice idea, Majo. So, goals in handball, there are 2 goals with one of each side of the court. So, official size of handball goal is 2 meters in a height and 3 meters in a wide. So, the net goes 1 meter deep from the base of the goal. So, each team has 1 goal to score in and 1 to defend at the point in the game. So, yung haba nito ay yung taas nito ay what? 2 meters lang. Tapos yung luwang nito ay 3 meters. So, yung naman niya, yung deep naman ng net ay 1 meter lang. So, each team has 1 goal to score in. So, in every team, ang score lang ang makakagol lang doon ay isa lang. Tapos yung mga goalkeeper ay sila yung mag-defend sa team nila. At sila yung nakapwesto dun sa may goal area. Next, goggles. So, what did you think, bakit nakasali yung goggles sa handball, in playing handball? Anyone? Yes, Jamil. Very good, Jamil. So, hindi lamang sa may swimming, 'di ba ang pagkakaalam natin for the swimming lamang yung goggles. So, nagagamit natin ito for the protection of our eyes. So, gaya din naman ito ng handball to protect our eyes from the heat from the other players. So, goggles in many sports, there are always a threat of getting packed in the eye or having your eyes hit. So, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina. So, handball is no different in these regards, as it is common for players to be hit or poked into the eye throughout games and practice. So, hindi naman maiwasan ng mga players na matatamaan yung mata nila. So, kaya sila nagagagels for protection from the other players. So, this is almost always an accident, but a painful one at the least. Handball requires a lot of movement with your hands. So wearing goggles protect your eyes from anything that could hit them. Goggles should always be worn while in game or practice. So nag-use sila ng goggles for yung sinabi ko kanina, for protection from their eyes. Let's proceed to the handball balls. So class, what do you did you think is the looks of handball balls? So, kaya ba siya ng dodgeball balls or what? Gaya ng volleyball, ano? Yes, Sarah. Good idea. So, anyone? Sino pa? Sino pa yung nakakaalam? Who wants to guess? Yes, Erica. Nice idea. So, handball balls are made of leather. So, gaya siya ng dodgeball. Kung saan gawa yung dodgeball. So, gawa sa leather. So, about the size, so dito naman sa may handball, kalaki siya ng melon. Kung nakakita na kayo ng melon, masarap yun. So, however, the size and weight of ball will vary depending on the group playing. So, dito naman nakadepende kung lalaki ka, kung babae, or bata. So, para naman sa mga lalaki, ang bigat nito ay 15 to 17 at yung circumference nito ay 23 to 24 inches. So, dito naman, yung mga lalaki kasi mas malapad yung kamay nila. Samantalang ang mga babae at yung mga bata ay maliliit pa lamang at hindi pa gaano kalaki, 'di ba? Hindi naman sila makakahawak o makakagrip ng ball for that kalaking ng inches na 'yan, 'di ba? At saka mabigat yung bola, 15 to 17 ounce for the men. While the women and juniors use in a smaller balls. So, ang timbang nito ay 12 to 14 ounce and 12 to 22 inches in circumference. So, next, hand wax. So, hand wax, tinatawag din ito ng maxi grip. So, what do you think hand wax or maxi grip is use of the equipment in handball? Anyone in this class? Yes, Princess. Fabulous. So, hand wax is a use worldwide and in handball to help strengthen a player's grip on the ball. It is important to have a group grip on the ball so you can catch and throw it with minimal mistake. So this is a crucial part of the game as a ball is moved by the hand. So having hand wax to help you is always a good idea. So dito naman, ito ay parang gloves siya. 'Di ba kapag gumagamit yung mga softball, baseball ng gloves para hindi dumulas o para hindi para mahawakan nilang mabuti yung bola. So kapag magthrow sila tapos ang gagamitin nila ay yung hand, yung hand nila. Tapos yung pagka-catch din nila ay yung hand nila. Alangan naman yung paa mo yung pangka-catch mo, di ba? So dito naman sa may maxi grip ay gumagamit sila ng dito sa may handball, kaya sila gumagamit ng hand wax at maxi grip para mahawakan nilang mabuti yung bola at hindi tumulas. Next is jersey. So, who wants to read? Yes, Danica. And try to explain what have you read. Very good, Danica. So, this is equipment. It also since almost all of the sports. So, the jersey in handball are soft, lightweight, short sleeve shirts that are worn by the both teams. So each team will wear a different color jersey and they must stay on for the entire match. So goalkeeper wear a different color jersey in that rest of the team than the rest of the team. So to distinguish themselves. So it is common for advertisement to be shown on the front of jersey along with jersey number on the back and sometimes the front in the front. So did you get the difference of the jersey on the handball to the other class? Very good. So dito kasi kaya sila gumagamit yung mga outfield players kasi gumagamit sila ng lightweight yung mga magagaan lang. So gaya ng ganito, gumagamit sila ng ganito. Tapos yung short sleeve o kaya yung sando. Tama ba? Tama. So sa may sa may goalkeeper naman, gumagamit sila ng ibang kulay ng jersey sa kanilang teammates. So, yung mga goalkeeper din ay nagsusuot sila ng long sleeve to what? To distinguish themselves to the rest of the team. So, next, lipad. Who wants to read and elaborate? Yes, Princess. Very good, Princess. So, knee pads are used to protect a player's knees from injury while playing. So, handball, it is very physical sports. Tama nga naman. It is a common for players to fall to the ground during action, during the play or during the game. So, having knee pads is a great way to protect one's knee or your patella from getting escaped or injured. Keeping your knee healthy is important because handball involves running and running with hurt knees is not ideal. So, kapag masakit na yung tuhod mo o yung tuhod mo o yung patela mo ay hindi ka na makakatakbo ng mabilis. So, dito kasi sa handball, kailangan ng mabilisang takbo. Hindi lamang yung pabagal-bagal ka, maiika-ika ka. Hindi ka na makakahabol doon. Matatalo nanto yung team mo kung ganun yung performance mo. So dapat meron kang may protection ka sa di mo para to prevent from the injury. So dito kasi hindi natin maiiwasan na ma-fall tayo at magasgasan o ma-injure o ma-sprain. Tama ba? Tama. So, next is the shoes. So, ano nga ba yung mga shoes ng handball? Sino nakakaalam dito? So, kung ganyan yung case, so ito, makinig kayo. So, we all know that every sports need a footwear. So, tama nga naman. Gaya ng football, kailangan nila ng sapatos. So, unlike dun sa may athletics, kailangan din naman nila ng footwear pero depende na lamang kung may putik 'yon. Yung minsan kasi yung mga athletics pwedeng magpaapaa at pwedeng magsapatos. Pero dito kasi sa mga handball, football, baseball, kailangan nilang magsapatos. So, let's now find out what is the unique things about the shoes in handball. So, there are two kind of shoes in handball. Indoor and outdoor game. So, kapag indoor kasi siya, 'di ba madulas? So, kailangan nila ng better grip, kailangan nila ng makapit. So, dapat may spike. So, samantalang sa may outdoor, kailangan nila ng parang lang din siya yung sa may athletic shoes. Tama. Nakakita na kayo ng ganun, di ba? Pinakita ni Ma'am Rhea noon. Next is short. So, bakit nga ba magkaiba yung goalkeeper at outfield players? Bakit? Para ma-recognize kung sino yung outfield players at goalkeeper. So, ano nga ba yung gamit nila na short? So, ang gamit nilang short ay parang sa athletics. Para makamove sila ng comfortable. So, dapat yung short din nila ay match sa jersey to keep uniform. So, gano'n naman talaga kapag may uniform, dapat mag-match sila. So, next, shoulder support. Anyone who wants to read and elaborate? Yes, Danica. Very good, Danica. So, shoulder support. In handball, players are required to throw the ball quite often. So, keeping your throwing shoulder healthy is the key. So, shoulder support are used to protect one's shoulder. So, from anything from the bump to a dislocation, an injury to shoulder. So, dito, hindi naman natin maiiwasan na magkaka-injure tayo sa may shoulder kasi magtro-throw tayo ng bola. So, ang pagkakaalam kasi natin na yung archery lang yung gumagamit ng shoulder support. Tama ba? Tama. So, next, whistle. So, bakit nga ba gumagamit din sila ng whistle? So, ano yung rason? Anyone in this class? Yes, Jagar. Very good, Jagar. So, whistle are worn by coaches in practice and referee during games naman. So, yung mga coaches ay gumagamit sila ng whistle for the drills, for the practice. Sa referee naman, ang gumagamit sila during games. So, hindi naman sila pwedeng maghiyaw-hiyaw doon, di ba? Kapag, foul, yung ganun, hindi pwedeng yung ganun. Dapat, may authority, dapat may whistle sila. So, coaches will wear them in practice to run drills. So, gaya nga sinabi ko, di ba? So, para, bakit sila gumagamit ng whistle? To get players' attention. So, it is also, it is not mandatory for coaches to have them. So, but it is a good way to create noise to get everyone's attention. So, gaya nga sinabi ko, to get their attention. So, referees have whistle to start and stop the play and to call foul during the game. So, ito nga yung mga purpose kung bakit sila gumagamit ng whistle. So, every time a referee blows the whistle, something will either start or to stop, and the referee will magsasabi sila kung foul. Yes. Hindi tama. Then, yung referee whistle will always be listened to. So, kung ano yung sinabi ng referee, ay yun na yung masusunod. So, next, wrist support. So, bakit nga ba kailangan ng wrist support? Bakit? So, ito yung dahilan. The wrist support is another body part that is vulnerable to injuries. So, while playing in handball, hindi naman natin maiiwasan na ma-injury talaga yung wrist natin. Hindi lang sa knee natin, hindi lang sa ankle, hindi lang sa shoulder, pati na rin sa wrist natin. So, what are the anatomical term of wrist? The carpals. Tama. So, the physical nature of handball results in playing falling a lot and oftentimes. So, landing on their wrist. So, minsan kasi, nature ng mga outfield players na, fall sila sa ground. Hindi naman natin maiiwasan na ma-injury yung mga players. So, injuries to the wrist are almost obtained at the result of a bad landing after a fall of diving throw. Tama nga naman. Kasi hindi natin maiwasan kapag mag-throw tayo, yung magkakamali yung pagkakathrow natin ay mababali at saka yung mali yung pagkakabagsak natin ay baka mabali yung wrist natin. So, kailangan natin ng wrist support. Next is handball court. So, when you heard the word handball court, what do you think it looks like? Very good. It looks like football. So, can you read what is handball court? Very good. So, handball court is a hard surface court. So, the court is 40-meter long and what? 20-meter wide. So, it is marked a various line that indicate boundaries. The longer outer boundaries are called sideline or touch line, and the shorter boundaries are called goal line or end line. So the game is started from the halfway line, which goes across the midcourt. So before we next, so I would like to bring you paper and pencil. So can you draw that and label which where is sideline or touch line, end line or goal line, mid court or halfway line, goal area, free throw. I will give you 2 minutes. That's great. So every one of you are know which is the sideline or touch line, goal area, end line or goal line, goal area, free throw, halfway line. So give yourself a round of applause. Next. So here is the handball court. Next is scoring. So Marjorie, can you read the scoring? Nice reading, Marjorie. So, scoring is a goal that is scored when the whole of the passes between the goalposts and travel fully over the goal line. So, however, a goal is not awarded until the referee has signaled this, and they are confident that no rule has been broken. At the end of the match, the team with the most goal will be awarded the winner. However, in that event, that both teams have the same score, a draw is recorded. So, hindi siya gaya ng dodgeball na kapag kapag yung dalawang team ay may same score ay hindi nila nire-record yung draw. So, dito kasi sa may handball ay nire-record yung draw. So, dito naman, kapag hindi tinawagan ng referee na points ng isang team or yung naka-goal ay hindi ito hindi ito malalagyan ng mabibigyan ng score. At saka dapat wala siyang nabro-broke na na rules. So the score in handball are just same with other sport that the team who has the most goal are the winner. So that's the historical background, equipments, facilities, and scoring of handball. Hope you understand those. Did you learn something about sports handball class? Very good.
Okay, Mark, what have you learned about handball? Yes, that's right. Um, who wants to give some of the equipment of handball and its purpose? Yes, Reynald? Awesome, Reynald. How about the scoring? How does the scoring work? Yes, Jonah? Yes, that's right, Jonah. Very good. So now, class, we will be having an activity. I will group you into 7 and make your own alternative equipment of handball. I will give you 20 minutes to make the activity. Is that clear, class? Okay. Are you done, class? Oh, so if that's the case, I will you will leave it for a while because we will be having a short quiz later. Okay?
For your quiz, I will just send the link in our Google Classroom or in our group chat. I will just give you 30 minutes to do the activity. Is that clear? Okay. And for your assignment, you may continue find an alternative equipments of handball and present it next meeting. And last, make an advanced reading on the basic skills of handball. Is that clear? Okay, that's all for today. Goodbye, class.